Hello, my lovely people. This is another Tuesday and another Japa or Relocation Syndrome series. This is part 3 of the series. Something I want us to discuss today is about children. As part of your planning, bringing children into the UK. As I say, this may apply to other countries in the diaspora, but I'm concentrating this series on UK only because, as I say, that's where I've lived for several years. I want to use two examples. There's loads to give. If I have more as the series progresses, I'll also bring them to your attention. But these two that I want to use are very disturbing and worrying. And that is the fact that when you are coming over with your children, ask questions how things are done here. Fortunately or unfortunately, raising up children in the diaspora is not that simple, it's not that easy, but it's also simple and easy if you understand what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do things. Gone are the days when I was raised up. I think that's when all this happened. Flogging, they will lock you on the door, they'll flog you as part of punishment. It's no longer the case. You don't punish children like that. And here in the diaspora, even when I raised mine up in the 80s and 90s, we never used cane or flog them like that. Sometimes when you just want them to behave, you can bring, the wooden spoon you use for cooking, you can bring it out, and once you bring it out, they all run away and behave because they don't like to be flogged. So that's the type of discipline. But for you to hit a child to the extent that they will have an injury or have mark in their body, that's a no-no. What kind of parenting is that? That is wickedness. That is not parenting. That is not correcting a child. It's like being wicked to your own child. So this first scenario I want to share with us happened, and it's so unfortunate because the father of this child, has been in the UK for about 17, 18 years. And people were saying, oh, you are here on your own, you should have to bring your family over. But the man said that he was very reluctant because he knows the type of wife he has and the way she behaves, that she may come here and put herself or others or her children or himself in trouble. He was reluctant, but due to pressure from people, without it feeling like, oh, there's something else he's hiding, why he doesn't want to bring his family, he decided to bring them. About 2 or 3 years he brought them in. And since they came in, the woman, his wife, has been treating the children just the way most parents, not all the parents do that even in Nigeria now, but some parents, the way they think is the right thing. Sometimes I don't even blame them because they think is the right way to parent. But that's part of planning. Before you come into a new country, plan properly, ask questions. How are things there? How are children raised there? I'm not saying that it's no one size fits all how to raise your children. Nobody will teach you how to raise your children. However, there are things you need to know. For example, how to discipline them, how to talk to them, what to say and what not to say because they can go to school and repeat some of those things or say things without even knowing that they are implicating their parents. So on this particular occasion, this woman, I don't know, she must have disciplined her 11-year-old daughter by flogging, and the girl now reported it in school. So I've had occasions where the child did not even report anything, but the teachers are very observant in this country. They are very observant. They can see if the child is so withdrawn, or not happy when they come into school, they will start asking questions. And on this occasion, I think the girl reported or told the teacher what happened. And obviously, they saw on her body that there are some marks on her body. So they now started asking more questions, and then the parents were interrogated. And To make things worse, I'm just jumping this. I don't want this video to be too long, but just to give you an idea of what happened. In the process of interrogating or asking the parents, I think they got the social workers involved. Yes, because social workers in this country, I have quite a number of friends who are social workers, and some of the things they tell me that happens with our Nigerian family, you wonder, why don't these people ask questions? And when they come in, why can't they just study what goes on here? So anyway, social workers got involved, other government agencies got involved. And to make things worse, the mother thinking, I don't know where she thinks she is. She just was talking to them anyhow and saying, after all, it's my child. I can discipline my child how I want. Were you here when I delivered her and all the rest of it? But that's a no-no. You don't do that. It becomes safeguarding issue. The children are not safe. That child has 2 younger ones, and all 3 of them were taken away from parents. Do you know what that means? To take your children away and they were given to foster parents. When these children go to foster parents, it's not the same. And because the foster parents are not their parents, there's a limit to what they can parent and what they can say or do to these children. And the children may even be allowed to do what they like. That's not the way you would have brought them up, just because you have made that mistake. So now that the children are taken into care, that becomes a big problem, because, as I said, the parents are just there now without your children. And to make things worse, from this particular story, I think I'm going to only discuss this one, and I'll talk about the other one in my next video, because I don't want these Japa series videos to be too long. Let's just talk about this particular scenario, and I'll do the next one in my next video. So to make things worse, the mom now told people back home, and they're now phoning the child where she is in foster care. You know, calling her, why did you do that? Go and apologize to your mom. Go and do this, and this is not how we behave. Why are you like that? They even got their pastors involved, and pastors were, also phoning the child. That's another offense. You don't do that. So that made it worse for those parents. So even if they're going to allow them to have the children back, but because they have involved others, and what they say to the child, according to the story, what they say to the child, threatening her. Do you know that this is your mother? The mom, or sometimes call the child, I remember I carried you in my womb for 9 months. I did this and I did that. That is not the point. The point is that you have to understand what obtains where you are coming to, or where you are, and abide by the law. It's not a case of carrying them in your womb for 10 months or breastfeeding them for 2 years and all the rest of it. That is not the point here. So this couple, or the woman in particular, that is the woman, because the man, their dad, was not happy with what was going on. But it doesn't even matter, because in this country, it's like mom, mom, mom all the time. So once a mother, they find that a mother is not capable of raising children, it becomes a big issue. So whether the father, obviously the father goes to work and does all that, it's the mom that is with the children all the time. So if the woman is doing something wrong and the children are clearly not happy, they are going to take that child or those children away from you. And what have you gained? You come into the diaspora to make things better for yourself and your family, and then your children are taken away from you. What have you gained? It is just horrible. So this situation is so bad, and as I say, it was made worse by getting others involved. Please let us learn from this couple. I'm going to, in my next video, share about a different scenario. There are so many various scenarios to share regarding children, because this children matter is causing parents a lot of issues. So you really, as the videos I've done before regarding planning, with your planning, plan very well and make sure that you are able to cope with what will be going on or what you're going to face in the country you're going to. And I'm talking about UK on this occasion. So please learn from this woman's problem, learn from this situation, because a lot of people might still fall into the same trap or get into the same problem without thinking about it, without thinking that there's anything that they're doing anything that is wrong. Please, please, be well informed, ask questions, do the right things so that you don't lose your children. In the process of coming to make things better for you and your children, you lose them. That is not good for any parent. I'm going to stop this one here. I'll talk about the next scenario in my next video. I think there's a few things to talk about children, and then in the process, in between, I will also talk about husband and wife and what has been. There's a lot going on that we need to actually know. Okay, my lovely people, I'll stop this video here. Thank you so much. It's so sunny out here. I don't know whether the sun will even affect this video, but I'll see how it is. Yeah, very, very sunny out here. Okay, my lovely people, take care now, and God bless.